Okay, hello everyone. So I'm today going to do some blood splat slides, which I first saw on a channel called Jack's Scraps. So we'll put a link to her down below. They're super fun and very addictive. So I've been doing them with alcohol inks. So that's just like these guys, and acetate, and some slides that we've used the die machine to cut out. So the acetate I've been using is on the thinner side. I find that it glues a bit better than the thicker stuff. You could also use like cellophane packaging will work as well. So I've already just pre-cut a bunch of these just so that we can play and get them done. I do cut them a bit bigger than the actual window, because of course you need an edge to glue them in. So in here's some that the lovely Pernell did earlier. So what have we got? We've got some of these guys. So they're just they're not on cardstock. They're from a book of old newspaper reprints. So that's a thinner page, and this was another book that had the same stuff, which is a little bit thicker. Still, yeah, not as thick as cardstock, but sturdy once they're glued together. So let's just get out a couple ready to go. And oh look, there's a mini one. That will do. There we go. Got a bunch there. Now, so once you've got your acetate, so I'll just show you. As you can see, when you open this up, you've got enough room to trim down, and I don't know how well you can see that, but you've got an edge to kind of glue down without getting too close to the open window. So let's try some of these. Let's go. This is just one of many trays of alcohol inks that my mum and I have. We may have gone a little bit crazy when ordering them, because you know, half the fun of having art supplies is collecting them all. Let's use, so I'll do a rust one. Now, when we did this the first time, we found that it's really easy to put way too much out. So if you just kind of very gently, because you really only need a drop, possibly 2 drops. Let's see. I can't actually remember. So let's have a go. Put the lid on so I don't knock it over. And then get your other piece of acetate that you've cut and just squidge and let it do its thing. Now I've put white paper down because it will sometimes escape the edges. So there's one. Let's try doing, what have we got here? Do I have, let's try a blue violet. So we've got these kind of splitting colours which will give you, oh, that's a big dropper. So one of the purples I used in the past split into like a purple and a blue, which was pretty cool. Might actually help this one along. Give it a tiny bit of purple as well. Oop. Let's see what they do. And drop it on top. Ooh. Ooh, it's going like fractal patterns. That's pretty cool. Let's try the rosewood. So as you can see, you can kind of play endlessly. I haven't tried it with food dye, but that might work as well. I just want to see if I can I'm not actually putting drops out, I was just touching the top. So it might have looked like a bit, but it wasn't crazy. I just want to see if I can get some air bubbles. Woo! That's a good colour. Let's see if we can get a juicy kind of green going. So that was just where I kind of dropped it out, and then the little bits are just touching the tip down to try and... Ooh. Oh, I like the way it's doing the kind of crazy spider webbing. So let's just do a few more, and then I'll glue one in and show you how it looks. There. What colours do we want to do? Let's do a... What have we got? Let's do a black one. Now, from memory, one of the blacks, I have two different brands. So I have the Ranger alcohol inks and the Pinata. One of the blacks splits into multiple colours, but I don't remember which one. Let's just see. Oh no. And that is the risk you run when working with alcohol inks. I now have it everywhere. Okay, that's all right. It should come off with isopropyl alcohol. Let's just try not to mess up another one of those. And what have we got? Espresso. So I'm just trying random colours and we'll see what happens. Ew. Right. May as well use up our little bits. Ooh. Yeah, let's just use the black. It doesn't matter. What colour should we use? Let's use a lime green. Let's do some greens. Or actually, no. Let's see what other. Crimson. Let's try sepia. And then, so what I did find last time was these actually stay quite juicy. So you can move the little air bubbles around. If you want it to be completely dried out, I'll do it on one of these. It will change the look of it. So you can just kind of open it, let the air get to it a bit, and it'll kind of almost, it evaporates it a little bit on the edges, I guess, so you can end up with a bit of a different look. So then I'm just going to snip that down a little. So then I just try and match up that side. So I'm just evening up because, of course, I didn't put them down together very well. Whoop. And apparently I can't cut a straight line. All right, let's try that again. Oh. Probably should wait for these to dry a little, but for the sake of this, let's just pop them in. So there, I've got plenty of room to kind of glue that around. So let's I just use art glitter. I find that's the easiest, and I just try not to put it too close to the edge or it can squidge out, but you can just sort of clean it up off the acetate too. So just a small amount. Like that. And so these slides are ones that we've used the dies to cut out, but you could just cut them from anything using a craft knife and ruler, and to any size you want as well. And just give it a bit of a smudge. And that's worked all right on that side. And then I just glue two bits together. Again, just put a little bit on the edge just to kind of help hold that to the other side. And so once this is glued, I'll show you. So you can see, you can see the alcohol ink still moving. And this is why these are kind of fun. So I've got some that I did probably a couple of months ago now, and you can still do this with them. Other ones I opened up, and of course they've, you know, kind of all the liquids evaporated, I guess. So it's turned into bits. What did I do there? Oh, that would that would be a bit I cut off earlier. So then you can have endless fun moving your bubbles around. And then if you want, of course, you can just ink up the edge, and can also just add little bits of labels or stamps, or just use them as they are, and then attach them into your journals. But they look pretty cool, and of course if you're like me and you've collected oodles of art supplies, you have endless colours to play with. Let's just see, and there we go. Of course we cut that die upside down, so that doesn't matter. That's what they look like when they're done. Let's just see. Right, this is how I could end up with a lot of ink on myself, but I just want to... So it kind of looks like nothing, and then if you squidge it back, you'll end up with, almost goes a bit like an X-ray with this black. Ooh, that's kind of cool. I want to keep that whole thing. I might use that for in another way. Let's just... I like the effects this gives. And again, all I'm really doing is just trimming, because I didn't put these down together very well, although I could probably slide it a little. Just trimming my, you know, edges so that it glues down a bit easier if they're even. Because apparently I cut everything very wonky in the first place. And so then that will fit in there nicely. You can just glue it down in the same way. Let's just open up some of these and see if I can mix the colours a bit. Ooh, it's like a little Rorschach ink blot. Ooh. Ooh, that's cool. So yeah, that's how you do your little ink splotches, and you can sort of have endless fun with it. Oh, I like these, they're pretty. I don't know that I want to lose any of those by cutting them. Let's use one that's not so special. This one looks more like old dried blood. That'll work. So yeah, just ink away, and then at the end of it you're left with this, and if you've just cut them out, of course you can punch little holes so that you can attach them, glue them in as pockets, add whatever you like to them, or just have them to play with, but they're pretty fun. Anyway, I hope that's helped. Enjoy playing with gooey alcohol inks and try not to make as much of a mess as I did. Okay, bye.